Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another Tuesday, 7 p.m. Chatterbox Live. I'm your host, Arie Rose, and I am excited for this new week to come. I feel like this weekend, it's just been a lot of relaxation, being still, and just learning to kind of be in the moment. We're still in this heavy grieving process of, mourning Nipsey Hussle and his passing. And, it's really woken me up in a different type of sense. Like, I know we always say things happen and then, it brings certain things up to the surface that you've maybe been dealing with, or maybe things that, you weren't aware of. And I think for me, it was one of the things of like, what else can I do? And, realizing that life really is short. You don't really expect to be gone tomorrow. And it's like, I saw this meme and it had said that, when people pass, like they already had plans for tomorrow. They had plans for next week. They had people they wanted to talk to. They had things set up, and it's like those things just don't ever happen. And so it was just one of those things where it really brought to light what was important for me, and just to really refocus on my purpose and really fine tune what it is that I'm looking for in life, and what my main focus should be moving forward. So one of the things is definitely just has been getting into shape and just feeling, getting back to my normal self. So this week I actually spent a lot of time in the gym, working out, hiking, and most importantly, just being still and relaxing. So Saturday was the first time ever I decided to give myself just some time off and take some time to relax. And I actually Netflix from like 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. on Saturday. And, I needed that downtime. And I think I've worked for it and I've earned it and I deserve it. And so that's what I did this weekend. I just really took it in. I woke up Sunday. I went to church by myself. I went to work out. I went and had breakfast by myself. It was just a lot of alone time that I, took advantage of this weekend. And I feel a lot better. I woke up really rejuvenated on Monday. And make sure you guys comment below on Facebook Live and tell me what you guys do and what are some things that kind of keep you kind of like tapped in and tuned in to what your purpose is and what your journey is about, or like, certain things that you feel like you've realized going through this grieving process with Nipsey Hussle. And, in just a few moments, we're going to have Victoria. She's in studio and she's going to be joining us. And there's so many things I want to talk to her about because as a musician, as a music artist, it's impacted so many people. And, we're still mourning him. And, I'm going to run this clip of Nipsey Hussle. It's a speech where the Islamic leaders come together and talk about him. So check this out.
We are here to dedicate this time and moment to our great prince, a general. Let us stop all gang wars. Let us stop all black on black crime, brown on brown crime. This is the first time in the history of Los Angeles that we have stood up when a black man kills another black man. We are saying that crap is done. We will try to unite all the tribes so that we can finish out his legacy. We believe in freedom. We believe in equality of opportunity. We believe in justice. We want that justice applied equally to all, regardless to creed, class, or color. Long live the spirit of Brother Nipsey Hussle. Takbir!
So I thought that was like super empowering and just really motivating to see that, the passing of Nipsey, it hasn't just been like we've lost a legend, we've lost a king, we lost somebody so big to our world and to our community, to LA, to the West Coast, whatever it is that you want to call it. We've lost him, but we've gained so much. And I think it's just amazing to see all these people that are coming together that are, he's even brought gangs in different communities together. Before I even continue, because there's so much I want to cover, I want to welcome my girl, Victoria La Mala.
Yay!
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. You look amazing.
So do you. I'm excited to be here in this amazing place.
I know, because I haven't seen you.
No, and I haven't come to your show here, so
I know. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me always.
So I was just talking to the audience about, the passing of Nipsey Hussle. And I was looking for the interview because didn't you interview him before?
You know what's really crazy? In 2010, when we were both starting, I interviewed him in New York City.
Oh my God.
And he was such a nice guy. He's so cool, humble, down to earth.
Yeah.
And I just saw him again after 10 years.
No way. Oh, I just got chills.
Or 9 years at the Rock Nation brunch. And I was just thinking
That's
how crazy it is, you know, that we both met at that one time in New York City so many years ago. And now we're here signed to, both of us, to Rock Nation.
Oh my God, I literally have chills. That's insane.
So it really was, I was really shocked and speechless. There's very few times in my life where I've been speechless. When I read it on Instagram right when it had happened on that Sunday, and I was just really shocked because, you know, for me to see someone start, you know, and now him doing all these amazing things as an artist for the community, and see, you know, this loss is really, really sad, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
so.
I forgot that you did go to that Rock Nation brunch and he was there, which is one of the pictures that's kind of going viral. They keep posting these pictures from the Rock Nation brunch. How does that affect you? Or does it like motivate you? Does it move you? Like, ¿cómo te mueve de dentro to the point where like you feel like this loss isn't a total loss? Like, I've gained something from this. It's taught me something. Like, what is something that you're taking away from this?
I think that what I'm taking away from this is, number one, that as artists, it's really important to reach out and help the community. I think that the community allows us to make our dreams come true.
Yeah.
And it's very important for us to give back so that legacy really impacts the world, you know?
Yeah.
And also something that really kind of like struck me again, which I had thought about before with the loss of my father. You know, it's just that you just never know. Your life is not bought. You don't know when you could be here, when you could not. So you have to live your life every moment and cherish it like it's the last time. Do the things that you really want to do and live in the present and tell your loved ones how much you love them, and forgive. You know. Yeah,
I think that's a big one. You know, for me, it's been, I'm always those kind of friends. And I think, I mean, you and I have a friendship off cameras and stuff. And I think like I'm one of those friends that makes it known, like, I love you, I miss you. You know what I mean? I always tend to show my friends like while they're here. Like, I even have this joke with my parents that I tell them, you know, the day you guys are gone and you die, I'm not buying you any flowers, because I give them all to them like while they're alive. You know, I give my father flowers like once a month. I send my mother flowers, and you know what I mean, because I want them to appreciate and be like, thank you, not wait till the end. And so, you know, I feel like, but even with this Nipsey Hussle passing, it's like I still feel even more to really appreciate the people that are around me, and
I agree,
and want to give more back to the community. And it just feels really heavy out here in LA, doesn't it?
I agree. It's just so sad, you know. It's just like you see things like this happening all the time, and you kind of feel like, okay, you know, it's sad because it's part of life, right?
Yeah.
But when you see someone that was really just doing such positive, amazing things for the world and the community, you're just kind of like, damn, how someone so young, you know, with babies, and it's just kind of like.
And another
really
thing too
sad.
that makes me think about it, Victoria, is like I know Nipsey. I've met him a couple of times. I've been to events when I'm like, you know, by him. I've seen him in person. I know his music. I've known when his music drops. I've been to his store, you know, things like this, right? But I never really knew all the good things he was doing. And I think it's so sad that we tend to highlight on social media the rapes, you know, which of course they need their light too, right? You want to give attention to things that are happening in the world. But, you know, they talk about the killings and the shootings and the rapes and all these other things, you know, and they make such a big deal about the, you know, the celebrities right now that are going to trial for bribing, you know, to get into universities. But what about some positivity in the news, some positivity in the media, you know, showing the good things that people do? Because Nipsey has been doing so many great things. I didn't know even 75% of the things he was doing. I mean, were you aware of everything he was doing?
I knew a little bit because I watched a couple of his interviews, you know, like the big interviews he did, like at the Breakfast Club and different things like that. So I knew a little bit of what he was doing, not to the extent, you know, towards where we unfortunately know now. But I think that what you just said is a reality. It's really sad to see that, when people are doing good things, those news don't get around because people feel like, oh, that doesn't sell. No one wants to hear about a good deed, a good story. Who cares? People want the drama. People want the ratchetness. People want all these things, and it's.
Well, it's like, for example, you know how Kim Kardashian, right? Like, she's been going to the government and going, and fighting for these people that are in prison.
Yeah.
And then it's like she does these good things and they give it light, but then they shut it all the way down because they're like, oh, she's just doing it for publicity. She's just doing it to get points.
Well, at the end of the day, they're doing it and they're helping people and they're inspiring other people to maybe do it as well. So I think that there's no negative. We shouldn't put any negativity when anybody does a good deed, whether there's a reason behind it or not. It's just a good deed, and we should appreciate it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Even just like the other day, did you see the Kodak Black comment that he made?
Oh, I know. I saw social media everybody was like outraged.
I didn't even want to run that clip on the show. I could have run the clip. I didn't even want to run the clip because I just feel out of respect for Nipsey Hussle and his family. I don't even think that clip should be ran again. For those of you that are watching and don't even know what it was about, he made such a rude comment on live saying that he was up next and he was going to hook up with Lauren London. It's like you're in the industry, you're an artist, and you work with all the people that are mourning him. Like, the disrespect is
complete.
Like, I just don't even have words. But what pissed me off more is that the media ran with it and they were posting it everywhere. Like, the man hasn't even been laid to rest. And I feel like, at what point do you like, these media outlets say, you know what? Okay, we give the world everything. We owe Nipsey at least this to not publicly put this out.
Yeah.
It's like they sell their souls just to be the media outlet that puts it out there. And I'm glad that, like, so many celebrities went, after Kodak Black, and there's so many radio stations. The radio stations in LA aren't playing Kodak Black music anymore. T.I., what is it, Atlantic Records, I believe, is where they're their label. They had pictures of Kodak Black in, like, I guess, like, whatever, at their office. In the entrance. They went in and took all the pictures down of Kodak Black. Like, everyone's boycotting this, And so now they're trying to say, okay, Charlemagne, whatever his name is. Charlemagne. I couldn't think of it. I'm like, oh, I see his face. So he makes a comment and says, how is it that you guys didn't boycott Kodak Black when he got charged raping a high school girl? But you're boycotting him now for making that comment. So what's your take on that?
I mean, I think that sometimes we just it's sad to see double standards.
Yeah.
Because I agree. I mean, this is terrible, and the disrespect, to talk like that about somebody that just passed away is just unacceptable. But I think that the other situation is unacceptable too.
Right.
And I think that, everybody should be, there's other artists that they have done that too.
Yeah.
I think everybody should be held accountable for their actions.
I just really think, in all honesty, and it's not even me favoring, but and you guys comment and let me know if you guys agree with me or not. But I really feel Nipsey's passing did something super different to the world.
Yeah,
like, this passing has changed people's lives.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are really just mourning it and saying, wow, this is just so sad. Someone that was just doing good to the world and that had such a good outlook in life and was just trying to uplift others. I think that's part of why everybody's just so sad. Like, wow.
Yeah. Did you see the interview of his mom, the statement his mom made?
I did. I saw it today, actually.
Okay, so let me run this clip for you guys so you guys can see, and then we'll come back and talk about it right now.
And you see, students, don't fear. When you live your life and you have God on your side, when God dwells inside of you, there is no fear. Everything is in perfect order. Everything is in the divine, perfect order of our Creator. And we have perfect peace. I have perfect peace, and I have strength. And I want to lift you up. Please do not stay down. Do not stay stuck.
Many of them are stuck.
Do not mourn. because Nipsey is great.
He is the great.
He is the great. And now he is even greater.
Yes, he is.
Because he has no bounds and no limits. His energy is everywhere. He can touch. He's there with you now, and he's here with me now.
That's true. That's
And
true.
please be encouraged.
All right, you guys. So there you see his mom, who is just. I'm speechless after I seen that video. The strength that she exudes is insane.
I was shocked about it too, but it really goes to show you that she's a woman of such a strong faith that she really believes that like the real life of her son is just beginning now. Like so it's a beautiful thing to see.
I was talking to my girlfriend Carla about this earlier in the car, and I was like, I'm a woman of God, and I'm very spiritual, and I very much believe in the afterlife, and I very much believe that, our life begins after we pass, and, I'm a huge believer, and I know without a doubt, you know what I mean? I don't need to be there or live it to be able to know that that's for sure. But I'm like, I don't think I would have that strength the way she is coming across. Like, it's insane.
I agree. What a strong woman. What a blessing for her that she's so, because I am like you, consider myself, a woman of God, and I find my strength in him every day. But I've had losses in my life where I've just been devastated. Even my dog that just recently passed away, and that was like my baby for 12 years. It was just so hard. So I can't even begin to imagine what it is like to lose a child, right?
That you gave birth to,
yes,
you carried.
For so many years. You carried your child, you took care, and for her to be so strong, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see that her faith is just so strong, and she's so certain that her son is in a better place.
Yeah, well, even her his grandmother released, they interviewed the grandmother as well. And I don't have the clip for the grandmother. You guys can obviously look for it on social media. But she makes a comment and says, I'm praying for the man that killed my grandson. I'm praying for peace over him and his heart. And I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean? But it's been like 8 days. Like, I feel like, and there's no right way or wrong way. But again, it just shows like that's why he was the man that he was, because of the women that raised him.
I agree completely.
He was around strength. He was around a lot of faith. He was around, great examples. And so I just think it's like a beautiful thing. Like, every time something else comes out, my mouth just drops.
I know. It's still really sad. So
I continue to pray for Lauren London, and we all want to continue to pray.
Her pain. I can't.
Oh no, I just can't. I know. I see everything, and she released a statement, and I just feel like, for her to make a comment and say on her post, like, he was my sanctuary.
I know.
For you to say, like, a man is your sanctuary, a friend, like, you have to be a certain type of person to make another human being feel like you're their sanctuary.
Yeah.
The ultimate peace. Like, this is where I need to be at. This is where my go-to to get my good feels from.
And they looked so in love. I mean, it's just so sad.
So sad.
We're praying for her too, for her strength and and peace, because she must be going through a lot right now.
Oh my God, yeah, I can't even imagine. Today tickets went on.
I saw it sold out already.
Yeah, so within 10 minutes, I tried to grab some. I wasn't sure if it's something that I wanted to go to, but they're doing the celebration of life for him. His funeral and everything is going to be Thursday. They're doing a huge event at Staples Center.
Huge.
The tickets went up today at 10 a.m. and by 10:11 or 10:10, they were completely gone. There's 21,000 seats available. All of them are completely gone. And the crazy part is people are selling those tickets, and those tickets were free.
That's just terrible.
People are selling 4 tickets for $600.
Wow.
To
That's
attend
just
a
terrible,
memorial.
people. And that just goes back to being like, come on, people, let's have some respect for
Where is the respect?
the soul, and honoring this person that should have been honored in life, right? But okay, at least they have some respect for his honoring now that he's
passed on. Like, can you just, if you want to go, please be genuine about it and go. Like, they were saying this girl was from San Diego and got 4 tickets, was selling them for $600 because she wasn't going to go and she just wanted to make money off of it. Why don't you do that for somebody who really wants to go, that's genuine, that wants to be in the facility, to actually pray for his soul and to pray and to mourn, like, this
and
is
celebrate
not a
his life and
business.
his legacy, right? Like,
Yeah.
like in the last goodbye. It's
Yeah.
just really, really sad to see that. Even with this, people are like trying to take advantage of the situation. It's like, come on, people.
Where's your soul? Like,
Exactly.
where's the humanity in this? I mean, I was speechless when I saw that. You know, that's just something that didn't even cross my mind. Like,
Wow.
so when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, people, like, there was actually people sitting at home and this crossed their mind before they went on to get tickets.
Unbelievable.
It's
really
nuts. But nonetheless, it's going to be an event. I really was thinking about going, and then I contemplated and I think it's going to be a little nuts. And, you know, it's such an emotional thing with so many people that it's still kind of scary to be around something like that, you know. Like, I'm going to go to the store tomorrow to pay my respects because I've been wanting to go. And then after a while, they'll, like, clean all that, you know, clean everything up, and I'll have to get back to business. So I wanted to definitely go. But I've been kind of, like, skeptic, but, you know, the last week. But after seeing all the positivity and people coming together, did you see even LA gang members that were rivals came together?
I did. And that's an amazing thing to see, that this man's love for the community was able to
unite gangs.
Yeah.
Like, what better outcome of a huge loss, what a win, a gain from someone's death, than to be able to say, like, you know, his death has closed the gap, has bridged gang members together to be like, you know, we have to come above this. We have to come out on top of all of this. I mean, I'm just, like, super speechless over this. You know, I've been following this whole thing very close. I'm, like, obsessed. Like, everything that pops up, I'm reading into it, all the interviews. And every time I see something, it's just, my mouth just drops. And, I mean, there's other things we're going to talk about on this show, but it's just something that I feel we just have to give it so much light, you know, and especially as influencers, if you guys are influencers watching, whether you have 2 people following you or 500, you're still influencing 2 people. And I feel like we really have to learn to use our voice. And, you know, this is something that is very powerful. It's transforming so many lives. And I think we need to keep that fire burning. We need to keep that flame growing. Because it's so important to, like, wake up, snap out of it, you know?
And like I said before, you know, to uplift the community that gives us artists and influencers and so much. Yeah. Because we're able to do what we do because of others. Yeah. So it's important to just give back. And
1,000%. You know, it's like people say, oh, I'm an influencer. What do you influence? An influencer of what?
Exactly.
Are you, you know?
And what are you using your power for, right?
Exactly. And just again, going back to the Kodak Black thing, you know, you have all these followers, we're mourning a huge thing instead of uplifting and empowering.
And saying, hey, why don't we say a prayer, you know, for...
You go and say dumb comments to disrespect.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, just to end on this note of Nipsey Hussle, so his services are Thursday, once again, from 10 to 12 at the Staples Center. It's going to be mayhem there, but, you know, I don't know if they'll be televising it or what the deal is, but I know we'll be seeing a lot of that. And if you don't make it to Staples Center, I did want to give you guys the map. They are having Nipsey do one final tour around LA, 25 miles. They will drive through, lots of security, lots of police out there escorting, and they're taking him to all the communities and, like, the neighborhoods of where he impacted the most and where he really dedicated his time and his service to giving back. So they're going to give him one last ride for 25 miles down Crenshaw, Slauson, down through, like, LAX area and all that stuff. So you guys are more than welcome, if you can't make it to Staples, to maybe park somewhere around there and pay your respects as he drives by one final time. I know I'm going to definitely do that for sure. I'm going to be parked somewhere Thursday. So anyways, moving on. Enough sadness about Nipsey Hussle. What is going on with you?
What's going on with me?
Yeah.
Well, a lot.
I saw you did Premio Los Nuestros. I know it was a couple weeks back.
I did.
How is it being like a presenter for the award show?
It's kind of nerve-wracking because it's live.
You
Girl,
get nervous?
it's live, yes, because and you're reading. Well, me, I'm a nerd, so I learn my lines because you just never know.
The teleprompter goes
Just
out.
in
You're like,
case I've seen people go like, you know, because it's a teleprompter, but it's live, so you can't mess up.
So you memorize your lines?
I always do. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I'm a nerd. I like to be prepared. And
Do you have a
be
good
covered.
memory?
You know what? I have a really good memory for certain things, like music, my lyrics, me reading scripts.
Yeah.
In my everyday, regular life, girl, like, disc is full. I will forget things when my friends are like, send me that. I'm like, let me send it to you right now because I'm never going to send it. I'll
You
forget.
are the worst.
I am.
You are.
But look, at least I accept it. I'm working on it. It's just like, honestly, I just feel like different brains work different ways. Mine is really good to memorize things that are like creative and things like that, but practical things, I'm just like, wait, what? How?
I know. I have really bad memory, and I'm actually getting back into acting classes. By the way.
Oh, but that will help you, right?
I don't know. I'm nervous because I'm really bad at memorizing stuff.
I think
I'm really bad.
I think it will help.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna be in. Take 30. Take 40.
What's the thing that they put on your ear?
Oh, like a
That
little
was
bug,
you're
a little
gonna need.
headphone?
Yeah, you're gonna need one.
Oh
of
my
those.
god, that's funny. I'm like, what?
But it's even worse. I've used those before, and then you're trying to speak, and then it's like, how do you speak and hear and like think at the same time?
Like those translators that do it. You know, they're listening to the judge.
You know what's crazy?
Like
That was my job before.
No.
I used to be a medical translator. I used to go with people to like their doctor appointments, people that didn't speak English, that just spoke Spanish. And I would
Really?
translate, yeah. Yeah.
So you would have to listen and speak at the same time.
Yeah, no, I you could do it different ways.
Oh.
You could do it at the time. Me, I always thought it was better to wait for the final thought to be completed to really be able to translate. Because sometimes, you know, as you're speaking and translating, the thought might not make sense at the end. So I would always be like, okay, let me hear what they say. Let me translate it and then let me do it back. But that was my job before. Yeah, I started
before you began singing
full time. Yeah.
So a lot has changed in the last year. I mean,
yeah.
I recall, and I love this story, and I want you to tell this story because I love how you said about last year in January, you were asking God for a sign because you were feeling like you were just down and out, and then you got this phone call for Romeo.
Yes, you know, I feel like God has always sent me signs.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, in this journey in life, and especially in this entertainment industry, it's kind of like ups and downs. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I always say, like a roller coaster of emotions. Especially me, I'm an artist. I'm a super sensitive and emotional person. So there were moments where I was like, oh my God. And then last year, in the beginning of the year, I was kind of like, okay, what's going to happen, you know, this year? I had just gone and signed the year before, and a couple of great things happened. But every time after our projects finished, I had just finished Mira Quien Baila. You know,
yes, I went with you.
Yes,
on
you
set.
did. She came to cheer me on.
I flew all the way to Miami to support her.
And
live
for
in the
whoever
audience.
doesn't know what Mira Quien Baila is, it's like a Spanish Dancing with the Stars in Univision. And, you know, after every project, I was like, okay, you know, there was like a month where I was like, okay. I mean, me, I'm also like, I always like to stay working. I'm a workaholic. I like to, once something's done, already have something else. Yeah. Now people are like, girl, you should enjoy that month. Instead of freaking out, be like, hey, I can, you know, figure out what's going on. But I had one of those months where I was like, okay, nothing's really happening. And like you said, it was during the break because I finished Mira Quien Baila in November. Right. And then by January, it was kind of like, hey, so what's next? And first, it started with Olga Tañón inviting me to sing with her in Premio Lo Nuestro last year. So I was already like, okay, this is crazy because my first song I ever recorded that got on the radio was a cover I did, a Mexican version of Olga Tañón, Ahora Soy Mala. Mm-hmm. And from there, my name became Victoria La Mala right through that song. Mm-hmm. So just for me, that was insane. And then once I finished that with Olga sang in Premios, I got a call to go on tour with Romeo. And I really thought that they were joking when they told me like, hey, so I got a call from the label, right? And they were like, so we got a surprise for you. I'm like, okay, what? You're going into with Romeo? I was like, are you guys joking? They started laughing just like that. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, are you guys joking? Like, is this real? Yeah. Because, I mean, so many times during this years when people have been like, okay, what are some of the artists that you look up to and admire? I always said Romeo, because Romeo, became such an international artist by doing the type of music that was just known in the Dominican Republic, right? Bachata at the time, it wasn't like as big and worldly as it is now. So to me, I've always admired that, the fact that he took his culture and he made it just so big. So I was like, wait, what? And it was like an incredible experience. We did the tour here in the States.
I went.
Yes. And then he invited me to go to the tour in Mexico with him.
I know.
And it was just an incredible experience. I mean, to be honest with you, it opened my world. It changed my mind as an artist. And actually, I'm working on new music. I haven't put out anything in the past probably like 6 months because after the tour,
didn't you put something out
I put out a song called Corazón Valiente about immigrants, supporting kind of like the immigration dream and everything. But I haven't put out like a single in a while because after the tour, I kind of decided, you know what, I want to open my horizons. I don't just want to, it's very important for me to represent my culture and everything. But I kind of like, during that tour, I got a lot of new fans from other countries that were not just Mexican or Mexican American.
Yeah.
That just made me realize, you know what, I want to reach those people too. And I want to show them my culture too, but I'm going to have to make some adjustments and some fusions and some things. So I have been working on this new sound. And it's kind of complicated because I've been writing everything from scratch. The tracks, we've been making so many changes. So I'm taking my time because I really want to show kind of, I put out my first album independently 5 years ago. Wow. And it was full banda, right? And everybody's kind of like, oh, why banda? I always say for me it's really important as an artist to represent kind of where I come from and my story since I was like a child, right? Which is that banda album and everything. But now, so much has happened in my life.
Yeah.
And in those 5 years, I've grown so much as an artist and as a woman, and I put out singles and everything. But I think this new stuff I'm working on, that should be out by this summer. I don't have a date yet because we're still like tweaking little things in there. But by this summer, it will be something new, and I think it's going to represent a lot of. I think that everybody that has really followed me and that knows me, when they hear it, is gonna be like, okay, this is totally Victoria La Mala. There might be some other people that are like, oh my God, what? You went from this to that. But I think that the people that really know me are going to get to see that it's really truly who I am, and the mix of like, the Mexican culture and those elements, but with a new modern twist and other influences that I have been around so much. I can't be around all these amazing artists that are, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian, and superstars, and not be influenced by them too.
Yeah, tap into what they bring to the table.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you're just such a hard worker, Like, I remember when I went with you to the Rock Nation studio a couple months ago when you were recording. And it's just like, you guys, if you ever sit in a studio with Victoria while she is trying to put a song together, I kept trying to give her my 2 cents and my piece of advice to my friend. And I'd be like, oh, what about this word? It kind of right. And she's like, no. And she's so sweet. She's like, no, amiga, let's think of another word. And I'd be like, okay. And I'd be like, oh, how about like this? She's like, no, that's not really the beat. Finally, I was just like, just pass me the tequila. I'm just going to sit here and drink and watch you.
That's literally
song.
what you said, right? For me, it's just really important to speak in those songs kind of how I really would speak. You know, and I try to really think and close my eyes and be like, sometimes I even tell people, wait, no, hold on. Okay, let's read this like if it was a letter. That makes no sense, the sentence after the other. Yeah. For me, I really love to like paint pictures and be like a storyteller. That's kind of my style of writing. There's other people that have amazing talents where they do all these like metaphors and this and that because they've been poets and everything. Yeah. I'm a young songwriter. I've only been writing songs for maybe like 6 years around that. But I've always been a storyteller, right? That's part of, I feel like some of my strengths as artists that I'm able to connect with the emotions and somehow tell a story. So I think, you're right.
Sad storyteller.
But wait, no, this music that's coming up is a little,
Selena vibes, a little more upbeat, empowering.
Very, very empowering always. For me it's important to.
Oh yeah.
I love to listen to
let
those
a man
songs.
know.
Yes, I love to listen to those songs that you're like, oh yeah,
I got this.
no one can mess with me. I got it. It's important. Sometimes I've been like down and out, and then I hear one of those songs. I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? You're amazing.
What was the song that you were gonna release that we heard in the car?
We haven't released it, right?
You haven't released it? I don't. Okay,
she
did the song, God. And it was a Christmas time, and we went to go get tequila. There's always tequila involved when we're together. And we went to Ralph's to get tequila.
We never came back to the party.
We never came back to the party because we sat in the car for like
an hour at least.
An hour plus. Okay, in the parking lot, she was just playing us her music. It was me, you, and Norma.
Yes.
And we were crying. And I was so sad, and then
drinking.
And then next thing you know, I dumped my boyfriend. I didn't even have a boyfriend at the time, but I'm like, screw him, it's over.
And I'm getting texts from people like, oh, where are you guys? Like, what happened to the tequila? You back in the party?
And we're like drunk in the car listening to
still haven't come out. But I'm thinking that with this whole new sound and everything that I'm creating, and then I'm gonna put out, some of those will finally end up seeing the light of the day.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're waiting for that.
Because you know what? Some of those songs have actually been inspired by true stories of my friends. Wow. So I think that
you should hang out with me. You'd have a whole
book. Yes.
We'd all be crying.
Right.
What are certain things that keep you inspired and like motivated?
I think that the fact that this is truly my passion.
Yeah.
It's really hard, but I really love what I do, and that is truly, I think, the one reason that even when I've been like, you know what, I can't take it anymore, I'm just like, no, girl.
Do you feel like you get to those points pretty often being like in the industry?
I think so. I think it's a roller coaster of emotions, and like I said, it's sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, and sometimes it's like within weeks or days that things that are great are happening, and then you get some bad news or whatever. But I think it's just part of life, and it's part of keep going. And going back to what you were saying about Nipsey Hussle earlier, I saw in one of his interviews where he said, what made me different than any, I'm not better or worse than anybody else. What made me get here is that I never stopped. And that's kind of like the mentality that I have. I feel like, when you don't stop and you just keep learning from your mistakes and keep getting better and better, it is going to get to the point where you are going to have to at some point be, doing your thing and on top, because it's just inevitable. You keep getting better and better.
As long as you just don't stop. If you don't stop, you'll never fail.
I agree.
You got to win eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the biggest lessons that I've learned recently is, and this is for everybody that's watching, I feel like we go through a lot of things and we don't give ourselves a reality check, right? We're constantly thinking that life just happens, but you're never looking in the mirror to hold yourself accountable, to say like, what else could I do about this reality? And the truth is, once you start looking in the mirror and you start analyzing, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this mistake keep reoccurring? Why does my heart keep getting broken? Why do I keep getting let down? You got to really sit there and think, what is the lesson that I'm not learning from this? Because I can't advance and I can't progress and I can't elevate to the next level of who I'm supposed to be because I haven't learned the lesson to move on to the next level in life.
Yeah.
And I think once you realize that it all begins with you, it all begins with who you see when you're in the mirror, that's when change happens. And a lot of people are so afraid to look in the mirror and realize their faults.
I agree, and I think it's also really hard sometimes when you have all these outside voices telling you, no, you should go here, no, you should go there, you should go here, you should go there. And for me, that has been one of the things that's been really like, oh my God, because people always have an opinion of who you should be and what you should do. And me as an artist, like, well, but you're doing Mexican music, and how could you be looking out for a new sound? Well, guess what? People evolve and artists evolve. And at the end of the day, only you know who you truly are. Only you know your true potential. And only you, it's great to listen to, constructive criticism, but only you should be able to take what you know is true
Yeah.
and apply it for the better. It's just hard sometimes when people try to put you in a box and tell you what to do. Then sometimes you start doubting yourself and doubting if what your vision is what it really should be or not. And I think that it's really important to stay true to yourself. And yes, listen to opinions, but don't let them get to you. Only take what works for you, you know, to keep going.
Yeah, or to even know exactly who those opinions are coming from.
And why?
You know what I mean?
Why are they giving you those opinions?
Like my dad always says, if someone's going to criticize you or give you an opinion, before you even open your mouth or say anything, take a step back, take a moment, and ask yourself, who is this coming from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people are unfortunately bitter, or they haven't been healed, or they're still working on themselves, or they don't understand, or, you know. And so I think it's important to surround yourself with people that are like-minded and people that are elevating and vibrating on a whole, you know, on a higher note.
I agree. And people that you know are going to tell you the truth also. Like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe you should listen to that. It's a little bit of truth. Or you know what?
Yeah.
Forget that person. That has nothing to do with who you are.
Yeah, no, I agree 1,000%. Well, I do have a game for us to play. You know, this is the grand finale.
What kind of game is this?
Have you ever played the bamboozle game?
I don't
the
think
bean
so.
boozle?
No, I don't think so.
All right, this is like the best part.
Oh my God. But I
So
see like
these
jelly beans, right?
Do you like jelly beans?
I do. I love candy, any kinds of sweets.
Do you?
I do.
So these candies are tricky candies.
Why?
Because the blue one can either be berry blue or it can be toothpaste.
Oh, wow. I guess not so bad.
The white one could be coconut or it can be spoiled milk.
Okay, that's bad.
The yellow one can be buttered popcorn or a rotten egg.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
That's gross.
Are you gonna play with me?
Yes,
Are you in?
I'll play.
Okay, so you gotta flick it.
Yeah, I'll know if I get sick tomorrow on my Instagram. Who to blame?
Okay, you're gonna either have a juicy pear or a booger.
Okay, so green.
Yeah, it looks like this one.
Okay, so should I just bite it and know?
You gotta eat the whole thing. And don't try to smell it because you're not gonna know.
This tastes like jalapeno with
Jalapeno booger. It's
yeah, I guess so. I mean,
jalapeno. She's so Latina.
I'm sorry.
It's
It
a
tasted like
booger. She
some
thought it
jalapeno.
tasted like jalapeno.
Where was it? A booger or what else?
Or a pear.
Okay, I guess maybe it's like a spicy pear. Yeah, not so bad.
Really?
I mean, if that was
Did you ever eat your boogers as a kid?
No, I was just gonna say maybe it's because I don't really know what the boogers taste like because I never really did. Maybe they taste like jalapenos. I don't know.
Maybe
they do. Okay, let's see.
You want to do it one more time? Oh, she's brave.
That's for you.
Look.
That's for you or for
That's
me?
for me. That's for me. Okay, it's gonna be either a birthday cake or a dirty dish water.
Oh, dishwater.
Okay, what does it look like? It's this one, huh? Okay. I always.
Well, how could you know? You told me to not smell it, and you. She ate it. She did it. I guess I ate mine. Here. Oh my God.
Okay, do one more.
One more.
Wait, sorry. A strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish.
Oh my God. Well, I guess every time we eat fish, it's already dead, right? So.
Okay, I think it's that one, mamita.
Okay. I don't have it.
Oh
I'll
my
tell
God,
you
I taste like soap water. Gotta eat the whole thing.
Oh. That was definitely the dead fish.
But I thought you were eating.
And it did not taste like it was like nothing
did?
good. Mm-mm.
No? I thought you've had dead fish before.
Yeah, but sea salt or something.
She needed some jalapeno.
Exactly. Would have been good with the jalapeno
You
I
should
had.
have ate it with the jalapeno inside.
Right, with the other one.
You want some Red Bull?
Thank you. No, thank you.
Anyways, you guys, oh my God, this is like my favorite part of playing the game.
Yeah.
I think it lightens the mood, right?
Yeah. I like this game.
You like this game?
But they should make it with like other flavors too.
Well, they have a lot of
like,
flavors. I'll bring some over next time to the house. We'll have game night.
Yes, that sounds good. I like
Ooh,
that.
can you imagine doing that for like an hour? You'd probably throw up. I don't think this game is meant to go
The
more than
first
2
one
rounds.
honestly wasn't so bad for me.
A
It was
jalapeno
probably
booger.
it was probably the jalapeno pear.
You guys, comment below. Let me know. Do you guys think Victoria had a spicy pear or a jalapeno booger?
Okay,
Latin-
tell us what you think.
Real Latin problems, you guys.
Yes.
Anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in to another Chatterbox
Yes,
Live.
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you.
You can find me and follow me on Victoria La Mala everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and new music coming really soon. And I'm really excited also to announce the Team Mala Prom giveaway is coming
Yes.
on April 27.
So tell them about that real quick. We have a
The Team Mala Prom giveaway is an initiative I started 5 years ago. I'm really excited. This is the 5th year. And I basically provide prom dresses for girls that for whatever reason can buy their dress. I'm really excited because we got a lot of submissions this year. We just closed it on Friday.
Wow.
And I think this is gonna be the biggest year yet. Last year we dressed over 60 girls. But this year
Wow.
we got hundreds of submissions. And I'm hoping that we can dress at least over 100
How many-
girls.
How many did you get the first year?
8. Yeah.
You see, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this goes back again to the whole Nipsey hustle and just doing the best that you can for your community. I can't stress this enough. I feel like everybody tends to think that, oh, it's just something small. Oh, I can't make that impact. It's just me by myself. You'd be surprised at how many people, A, are in need, and B, how many people want to help out and just don't know how to give back to the community. So be that person that just starts something small. You know,
It
whether
takes
if it's
time. Everything takes time.
you know, go to a school, ask them, what are you guys lacking? Where is it that I can show up and help out? Is it books? Is it having mentoring? Is it, I don't know, maybe just having like a fun day where you get a couple people and you set up vendor booths between you and your friends to give back and volunteer. I mean, there's so many things that you can honestly do to make a difference. She just said this is her 5th year. The first year, 8 girls submitted. Right now, she's over hundreds. Last year was 60. It's like the power of giving back, you guys. It's, if everybody did some small gesture, the world would be such a different place. But you can't wait for your neighbor to do it. You got to take the initiative.
I agree, and I agree with you. Sometimes we think, oh my God, I can't do it by myself. I thought that about this prom giveaway in the beginning. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think of a rack to put the dresses on. The dresses were just piled on top of each other. And yes, I know, girl, with my memory. I'm always discussed earlier, imagine. But last year, I mean, even Rihanna donated makeup, and we had big sponsors.
Wow.
And this year we have even bigger sponsors than last year. So that just goes to show you that you can start with one idea and start small, and you know, greatness takes time. So
yeah, and shout out to my girl Cat Tattoo, who actually put an event at her place this weekend at Enigma Tattoos in Beverly Hills. Please go and support her. She did $60 tattoos for anybody that wanted to get anything that had to do with Nipsey Hussle, and all the money that was collected went back to a school of their choice in memory of Nipsey Hussle. And I saw it on the news, and there was like, I'm talking like 100 people in line waiting to get these tattoos, and these tattoo artists were just coming in and jumping in and helping out. And it's a small gesture like that that really goes a long way. You know, again, I just can't say enough about, you know, the loss of Nipsey Hussle and just the impact that it's having. So let's just keep this fire going, because his death definitely was not in vain. So until next Tuesday, you guys, stay prayed up, God bless, and have a fantastic week.